Urban farms used to mean lettuce in shipping containers. But in 2025, everything changed. Billionaires aren't growing salads anymore. They're building protein factories, carbon-capturing soil systems, and insect mega-hives that rewrite the rules of agriculture. And yes, they're actually making money. Stick around to discover the 3 breakthroughs transforming cities into food production powerhouses. Welcome to The Green Blueprint. I'm your host. And today, we'll navigate the bio-industrial shift, part of our urban farming series. If you're curious about the future of food, energy, and sustainability, hit that subscribe button and join our email list for exclusive deep dives. Follow us on Instagram at thegreenblueprint_TGB for daily climate wins. Now, let's investigate what's really happening in the urban farming revolution. Here's the plot twist. The vertical farming boom of the 2010s and early 2020s was supposed to fix everything. But companies like Plenty and App Harvest went bankrupt, growing cheap lettuce in expensive warehouses. Why? The math didn't work. Lettuce has razor-thin margins, and LED farming costs too much energy. In 2025, tech billionaires figured out what actually works. Stop growing lettuce. Start growing protein, regenerative systems, and resilience. This is the bio-industrial shift, and it changes everything about how cities feed themselves. Project 1. The Bezos Earth Fund's Agro-Eco District in Chicago. In 2025, Jeff Bezos's Earth Fund backed a radical experiment on Chicago's South Side, in the Englewood neighborhood. Picture a long stretch of abandoned railway, now transformed into a 2-mile linear park, green corridors, urban farms, and a central resiliency hub called the Ujima Hive. But this isn't just about growing food. The Ujima Hive is a climate fortress, a community shelter equipped with off-grid solar power and battery storage. When heat waves or storms hit, it keeps the power on and the food system running. Here's the breakthrough. They're not using high-tech hydroponic racks. They're fixing the soil itself, turning toxic urban soil into a living carbon sink. Brown fields, a kind of polluted land that normally just sits fenced off and useless, become biodiverse food production zones that trap carbon, cool neighborhoods, and feed underserved communities all at once. This is climate defense infrastructure disguised as urban farming. Project 2. Leonardo DiCaprio's bet on cultivated meat. While Bezos builds soil-based systems on the ground, Leonardo DiCaprio backed a completely different play. Aleph Farms, a company growing steak inside bioreactors. In September 2025, Aleph Farms hit a milestone the entire cultivated meat industry had been chasing. Independent analysts confirmed that their cultivated beef steaks can scale profitably today using existing technology and realistic-size bioreactors. That study showed they can produce steak for around $6.50 per pound and sell it wholesale for about $12 per pound, with healthy margins and a payback period of just a few years. How do they pull that off? High-efficiency bioreactors that recycle heat and water, tightly controlled growth media, powered by renewable energy. The result? Carbon-neutral production inside a building. The game changer is what they call the urban protein brewery. Meat production no longer needs sprawling ranches in the countryside or container ships crossing oceans. It can happen in modular facilities, in industrial zones, in the heart of cities. Transportation emissions slashed. Animal slaughter removed from the equation. Land use dramatically reduced. In other words, the farm moves into the city, and the city gains a local, low-carbon source of high-value protein. Project 3. Robert Downey Jr.'s carbon-negative insect farm. This is where urban farming gets weird in the best possible way. Through his Footprint Coalition, Robert Downey Jr. backed a company called Ÿnsect, building a gigantic vertical insect farm in Amiens, France. The facility is roughly 40 meters tall, a fully automated hive of trays filled with millions of wriggling mealworms. It's designed to produce tens of thousands of tons of insect protein every year, mostly for pet food, animal feed, and premium fertilizers. But here's the headline. The project is designed as carbon negative. Analyses by independent sustainability firms show that Ŷnsect's supply chain captures more carbon than it emits because it replaces more polluting sources of protein and fertilizer. The mealworms themselves become high-value protein, and their waste, called frass, is turned into a powerful organic fertilizer that helps soils store more carbon and grow healthier crops. The entire system runs vertically, 90+% less land than conventional livestock, minimal water use, and every output, protein, oil, fertilizer, is sold. This is the key insight. Vertical farming struggled with low-margin lettuce, but it works when you farm high-value protein and inputs that the global food system desperately needs. Ŷnsect's 2020 funding rounds and 2025 strategic focus on pet food and premium ingredients are all about that simple lesson. Don't farm low-value crops in expensive buildings. Farm value. And then there's the wild card. Ōishi strawberries. While some lettuce farms went bankrupt, Ōishi took a different path, building a massive solar-powered vertical strawberry farm in New Jersey. Instead of chasing cheap volume, they focused on premium taste, smart pollination using bees, and cutting energy costs with solar. Their story proves the pattern. When vertical farming is paired with renewable energy and higher value crops, the economics finally start to work. Put all of this together, and you see the 2025 shift clearly. Urban farming isn't about microgreens in shipping containers anymore. It's about protein, resilience, and carbon. So what does this actually mean for you? First, support urban regenerative agriculture and green space projects where you live, especially in neighborhoods that lack trees, parks, and fresh food access. These projects cool cities, store carbon, and keep food closer to home. Second, speak up for policies that connect renewable energy and agriculture. Solar on rooftops, community batteries, support for climate-smart farming. Third, if you want to start smaller, you can literally grow part of your own food footprint in a corner of your balcony or living room. Home vertical farming systems, like Lettuce Grow's Farm Stand, let you grow dozens of plants in just a few square feet, while using a fraction of the water of traditional gardening. They're self-watering, self-fertilizing, and designed so that most of the work is front-loaded into setup. After that, you just spend a few minutes a week checking nutrients and harvesting. Check the link below if you want to explore that option for your own space. If you want to see 5 practical urban farms that already save water and money in real life, watch our video, 5 Cool Urban Farms That Save Water and Money. It's linked for you below and as next video for you on screen. If this bio-industrial revolution inspired you, hit subscribe and join our email list for exclusive research deep dives. Thanks for watching. Let's keep reimagining how we grow food and build a sustainable future together. See you next time. Stay green, stay healthy, stay informed.